Air 2, and it's still touring. So, Lil Tracy, listen, bro, you just mad because all your songs is features. Me,
This is JT News, and yeah, it's Jordan Tower in the building. Make sure you smash that like button right now. And real quick, go check out Month That Happened below. The links are in the description. They've got many docs on Prodigy, Max B, DJ Academics, and major events that shaped certain months in hip-hop. And don't forget to hit that like button. Only 20% of y'all are subscribed. We've got to run those numbers up. Alright, so 42 Doug is denying he ever handed Big Meech $100,000 in cash. Now everybody's been side-eyeing the situation, wondering how Big Meech is affording that house he's staying in, because that spot is not cheap. It's easily 5 figures a month minimum. And you can tell me whatever you want about old money, but come on, any stash he had tucked away probably got burned through. He had kids to raise. He had child support, responsibilities, life expenses stacking up. Any millions that were once sitting pretty are long gone. All right, so folks started asking, how is he really funding this lifestyle? Then rumors started flying that people were just pulling up and dropping off duffel bags. You've got QCP allegedly letting him stay for less. Then there's 42 Doug, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and a bunch of others supposedly sliding through with cash in hand, right? But 42 Doug said nah, nah, nah. He claims the only thing he gave him was a PlayStation. A PlayStation, that's it, a PlayStation. Apparently, he wanted a PlayStation 5 that bad, and somebody even photoshopped one into his hands. Yo, the internet stays undefeated, every single time. But listen to this. I don't buy that he just casually popped in with only a console. I think he just doesn't want certain people knowing what really went down. Think about it. 42 Doug has friends he hasn't even looked out for, and now he's helping someone he barely knew? He didn't even know Big Meech before he went in. Maybe there's some loose connection, like his dad knowing him or something like that, but still, he's not obligated to save a grown man who made his own choices. It is what it is. Boozy. Now somebody's clearly been watching the History Channel heavy. He says he wants to become a historian. Nothing wrong with that at all, but hold up. Who pictured Boozy chillin', binge-watching documentaries like that? I think I want to be a historian. He says he's fascinated with history, especially black history. Whenever he sees something about black history, he dives straight in. Black history is deep and powerful. Yes, everybody has history. Yes, it's important to understand how everything unfolded. It's definitely interesting, no doubt. So hey, go grab some books then. Hit those books, Boozy. He even said, I can't believe what we've been through. All right then. At this rate, Boozy might be lecturing in a college classroom soon. And yeah, you're about to see more crackdowns across the board. Platforms like Spotify and Apple Music seriously need more competition in the streaming space. I'm always shocked that companies like TuneScore and similar agencies haven't launched their own platform. It looked like Jack Dorsey was about to shake things up with Tidal alongside Jay-Z, but instead it feels like they bought it just to let it fade away. Nothing really happened with it. Then you've got Lil Pump calling out Lil Tracy. He straight up said he's a leech. He's talking about artists still touring off that old era, you know, the Gucci Gang days and all that. But he clearly does not rock with Lil Tracy. And then he even claimed he smashed his girl. Bro, why?
Air 2, and it's still touring. So, Lil Tracy, listen, bro, you just mad because all your songs is features. Me, I hit 1 billion views. I hit 500 million views, 300 million views, 700 million views. Dolo, nigga. Dolo. Yo ass a fucking leech, nigga. Smoke Perp was a big part of that era too. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys. This nigga was mad because I fucked this bitch in Tokyo, nigga. Fuck out.
You know.
Man, this dude always takes it a step too far. But yeah, they're still out here touring. Alright, so now we've got Steve Rifkin sending love to Power from Wu-Tang Clan after his passing. Prayers up to his family and the whole Wu-Tang circle. Power, this one hurts. Steve said they met back in 1993 and had been brothers ever since, through the laughs and the tears. They literally saw the world side by side. He said Power had the strongest handshake and hug you could ever feel. Said he's honestly at a loss for words. Asked him to keep watching over them the way he always protected everybody while he was here. Sent condolences again to his loved ones and the Wu-Tang family. Reminded them that they made history together. Said he's gonna miss him like crazy. Wu-Tang forever. Nothing but respect and condolences. Now, Wack 100 is calling out attorney Lauren, who represents Kodak Black. The lawyer recently spoke on FBG Casino, who's the brother of Future, getting released on a $100,000 bond. He basically said when you see a bond like that, it usually signals minimal involvement. Wrong place, wrong time. You post bond, you fight your case. The ones deeply tied in, they don't get bond at all. But Wack 100 was not feeling that explanation. He straight up said the attorney must be clueless, asked how you can claim minimum involvement if someone was allegedly caught dealing directly with a cartel. Said he was reportedly found inside a cartel stash house with drugs, guns, and cash. Now hold up, that's just what's been reported. We don't know every detail. He also brought up that he allegedly ran from federal agents on foot during the raid. So Wack questioned how a $100K bond makes sense if the involvement was supposedly serious. Then he joked that maybe they're paying the moron, and yeah, he spelled it wrong, to say this stuff. Now here's the twist. A lot of people throw accusations at Wack 100 too. Some claim he's had situations and walked away clean, and I think that's why he goes so hard calling other people snitches. Maybe it's deflection, maybe it's not. I'm not digging through his case files. I just see the internet constantly labeling him and him firing back at everybody else with the same word. At this point, nobody even cares like that anymore. Who's really relevant? Who's not? So then, J. Cole responds to a fan asking if he'll appear on Drake's Iceman album. He said he doesn't know about that. And listen to this. You and Drake were tight, but the whole Kendrick Lamar situation changed everything. First, Kendrick mentioned him, so Cole fired back. Then he waved the white flag and pulled the diss. Kendrick never really circled back like that. Yeah, they were cool around 2014, but Kendrick hasn't exactly been lining up collabs with him lately. Meanwhile, Drake still does. Sometimes you've got to work with who's rocking with you. Kendrick's energy has felt distant toward both Cole and Drake. At one point, they all served a purpose in the same era. That's just real. When was the last major feature between them? Wasn't that around 2013 or 2014? A lot has shifted since then. I don't remember Cole popping up on Kendrick's recent albums, or Kendrick popping up on Cole's either. There was talk of a joint album back in the day. That never materialized. And maybe it's because the mutual respect just isn't there. You've got to go where you're valued. He probably should have stayed completely out of that battle and just preserved the Drake relationship. Instead, it felt like he got cold feet. This is the same guy who claims he's the best in the game, but he stepped in, then stepped back, and that moment will always linger over his legacy. I like the new album, but that decision, it sticks. If you're going to declare yourself #1, then you've got to prove it. That's all I'm saying. And you've got to stand on business. Stand on it. Now, Drake has his son rocking an OVO chain and even an AF chain. And hold up, maybe you don't want your kid following certain paths. Maybe keep him away from the chaos. So Chantel Jackson, yeah, the one who dated Nelly after leaving Floyd Mayweather Jr., is back in the headlines. Remember when she sued Floyd over battery, defamation, false imprisonment, harassment, and invasion of privacy? That case didn't exactly go her way, and now she's sending him birthday love online. So the question is, should Floyd spin the block? Then Yaya Mayweather jumped in the comments asking if that means they're about to be friends going to games together. Girl, she literally tried to take you to court. That chapter should be closed. If he takes her back, that's a red flag. Or maybe it shows he's in a vulnerable space. Sometimes when you feel cornered, you run back to what's familiar. That might be what's happening. Now we've got the Cash Money and No Limit tour locked in for later this year. It's confirmed that Turk will be on it. Not sure if Lil Wayne is joining, but Turk being there is solid news. Then someone joked that J. Cole's meal is a plain burger with water. There's this whole humble Cole trend going viral. Y'all act like he's broke. Trust me, he's not. The man owns a Lamborghini and a Rolls Royce. He's wealthy. The humble vibe is part of his brand, but in real life, he has options, and that's perfectly fine. And yo, look at Big Meech holding that photoshopped PS5. Whoever made that, genius, elite level trolling. This is JT News, Jordan Tower talking. Smash that like button, smash it again, and subscribe. So many of you aren't subscribed, and I don't get why. Anyway, I'm out. Catch you on the next one, and don't forget, check out Month That Happened below. They've got mini docs on Prodigy, Max B, DJ academics, and major events tied to specific months in hip-hop.